Alright. I sense bad guys. Well, you know what that means.
Wissomogo dosi sheba dente skun mostovi gitayavach, pitarishan, bram tabani soju. Da come jusmak miki baranye dosos rika chondin, wana magrable mogo. Yatuka wanrika chodin wani maorata wakata jimumalisba. Kavadumpa mo wendido chokeremi norta kunyun wish chawakachuba sura dachi morotuko ganza.
Look, the bodies of the last guys who tried this are still there. Come on, man. You can't think this is a good idea. You really can't. You had to, like, step past the corpses of the last dozen bounty hunters I had to kill. Dude, So these guys aren't any harder than the last group. I'm sure you were expecting a challenge, but no.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, like, really, come on. You gotta think eventually. Once the death of the bounty hunters is in, like, the hundreds of thousands, they would probably give up. Be like, you know, we can't take this Jedi. We just can't. And that'd be true. So hey, let's go through their pockets, because they don't need this stuff anymore, right? Hey, the Power Light Battle Armor. That is still good armor, because it gives you bonus to your strength, and I'm pretty sure we already have a suit of that. I think. I don't know, our gear runs together pretty badly. Hey, another Tremor Sword. Gonna give that to Handmaiden, because she has one, and I want her to have two. Hey, he said Power Gauntlets. Those are good gloves. Let's see here. We also found this belt. It's pretty good, as you can see. Yeah, I'm gonna just... yeah. Give Handmaiden this instead, I guess. So should I give her a side weapon or something? Nah, I really can't see her using guns. She could, but I just can't really, you know. Yep, dexterity bonus is a little too low for Handmaiden here. So we're going to keep her in the flex heavy armor, which is great for her. Well, let's go to the previous area.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Isis?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Isis. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have him watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't just kill me, because they would fail utterly, like everyone else seems to.
I won't remain silent any longer! The Republic has actively attacked us! They attack our spaceships unprovoked! What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her, with force!
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Let us rise up now and march to the palace! Our will cannot be denied! I will not! My cause is just. The Queen must bow to our will! My head... Everyone stop now! I will go quietly.
Your actions have averted disaster here. That was an admirable use of the Jedi teachings.
I don't know what you did, but thank you, Off-Worlder. That was too close for me.
So yeah, if you don't intervene there, that'll cause a little mini riot, and you'll have to kill some people. But you know, hey, if you're dark side, you probably shouldn't care about that, right? Also, let's talk to Riken, who's that guy right there.
Back again, Off-Worlder?
I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets. We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder. Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him. I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing him. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, the command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble. Stay out of trouble.
No, I guess where Riken's face model is one you can pick from. What happens if you do that? Oh, hey, I missed an item drop here. Guess what's inside? A bounty hunter starport visa. So that actually gives us the ability to create an open starport visa. Because, you know, people want one of those, right? But now we get to go clear up Dagon Gent's whole, you know, this whole murder thing that he's involved in, apparently. Guess what? It's going to take a really long time, and it's going to be kind of boring, so, yeah. Star Wars. And I'm sure if anything happens, he will step right in. Also, awesome music. Yeah, this cantina is awesome. So there's a bunch of guys we gotta talk to in order to clear up Dagon's name. And this isn't one of them.
Loka kamaran endoso randi no chabi. Du rantamana sobu.
So yeah, now we have a bounty hunter visa. We can actually, you know, find people who need it. There's a couple dark side ones, a couple light side ones. You know, hey, naturally. But let's start clearing up this murder thing. Talking to you.
Malampro tarawanji casa samcha barada watasha kontia chama umbrada tiwas. Kawana bota yuta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosana nansata. Jone mulera. Tonkinge bano jansaka nikaraska. Tanjanik mawimbo kranda nibilan. Mungachino ta imbre wanachiki. Drumba bamba. Kuntichan munka. Kabadumba buswaka kata. Kawana bota yuta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita tabosanan hansata. Jone mulera. Tonkinge bano jansaka nikaraska. Tanjanik mawimbo kranda nibilan. Gabadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanta yaitua ulwanji uma. Gabadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanta yaitua ulwanji uma. Takometa playa justinja nikigonko beaste. Kun grabi la king o mulara kichi puta casa kisha. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana muta. Gavatumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanji uma. Dahupa o sakurata go jujuto yoki. Hiata yamba wajiaki yukito tune. Muliurawa iberendia tia wishnu nunca se. Utadira mata mandrakotu sa ninarikadin.
So, we now know what Dagon's motive was, and also we have an open starport visa. There's actually 2 open visas you can get. This is the one you have to pay for, the other one you just kind of find later on.
There's got to be something you need. Something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal. Something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me 1 open starport visa. Many Jedi have fought on this world. One of them lost their lightsaber in the Beast Wars. A reliable source says it's a rare Quixoni crystal. Incredibly rare and valuable.
I've heard of those. Old stories from an earlier age. They come from a dead world. The crystals caught the last rays of a dying sun. Rare indeed, and powerful.
I see that's grabbed your interest, eh? There's only one way you're going to get it. 1 open starport visa. No visa, no crystal. I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that's one of the dark side starport visa things. And this is one of the light side ones right here.
I thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right? I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle. Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars. Do you still serve the Republic? That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report, but days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas. After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost of the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen. Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences, and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age. I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Izes are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing, and Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time. What do you want to know about that night? Dagon Gent didn't do it. Because he was with me at the time. It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of that death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Deon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with her murder. We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together, we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars.
I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
Huh, why didn't that line have the little distortion thing of the helmet? I don't know. Anyways, back to the investigation.
Nice to meet you, Sentient. Are you interested in a friendly game of Bazaar? The deck is warm, the drink is plentiful, and the company amiable. Can I tempt you? Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? Novin. He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion. She did? Oh no, by the four moons, what a mix-up! They got it all wrong. Dagon and Sulio were good friends. It's just when they got a little too much Juma juice, they'd carry on. They'd call each other all manner of things. It could get quite hilarious, really. But it was just friendly banter. That night, Sulio was in great form. Dagon and I were laughing about some of the choicer ones later. Yellow-toothed dung dweller. We bought her a couple of drinks afterwards. It may look strange on the outside, but it was just their habit. Their way of passing time during these dark nights. Listen, if the soldiers think that's a motive, they just didn't do enough digging.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon. But the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe some of these people will know more about what happened that night.
Yeah, like who? Well, him.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. We were only in the canteen at the beginning of the evening. We were doing the rounds afterwards. It was pretty late, and I heard this loud bang. I was in the alley behind the doctor's office. When I came up on Sulio, she was already dead. I saw Dagon and Nico there, and there was also some rabble around. The noise attracted a lot of people. Nico would know more first on the scene.
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazaar. Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Bazaar game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Sulio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Sulio was our friend. Just outside the door by the junkie.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Yeah. Remember that junk pile that we looked at? Nothing there though, right? Gee, I wonder if there'll be something there now, because we actually know to look for something. That's how video games work, isn't it? Yeah, you can probably... So, how has no one cleaned up the bloodstain yet? Like, this happened a couple days ago, right? Yeah. Oh look, there's a broken droid, gee. Well.
Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Someone like... him.
Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? That would be Bohema's SOD-2. No, SOD-3. Or is it 2? Whichever one it was, he keeps losing them. I remember when I arrived, it was still smoldering. Who knows? Sometimes the slum dwellers shoot his serving droids for fun. This part of the quarter is getting more and more lawless, I'm afraid. When Dagon and I were waiting for the soldiers, we had to chase off some scavengers that were stripping SOD-3. No, I'm afraid there was quite a crowd growing. We were seeing if there was any way we could help Sulio. There was nothing we could do, of course. She was dead.
Tu nița manta yuma lorda wata no sanazika. Da wancha morichiwa mufalawa ni bobo wishyo una sita dorcho ni sobawata. Da upa o sakurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiapi yukito tune. Junta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Da wancha morichiwa mufalawa ni bobo wishyo una sita dorcho ni sobawata. Ichawa te krosi wishyo toda si e krimba chundo.
Well, that's a pretty big clue, isn't it? Need the droid's head.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were. I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though. That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. He might have even bought some.
Well, we're still doing this. We have to go back to that droid.
Greetings, Master. Do you have any interest in my goods? Entity Bohema unknown. I have many serving droid parts. The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits. Thank you for your business.
Kif in the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
I don't want to go back. God.
Da wancha morichiwa. Da upa do sakurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiapi yukito tune. Kawana bota yutatanga kinamadura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Kawana bota yutatanga kinamadura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
Okay, we're almost done. I swear. We need to show this to Nico. And then...
Welcome back. My deck is still warm if you're up for Bazak. Foul business, that is. If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the off-worlder. What brings the two of you here? That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain. The night of the murder, I was playing Bazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Gent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive. Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Deon clearly hated each other. Why, you little... Friends would not carry on in such a manner.
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. But there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blast killed, and he did not have an alibi. You have a recording? Well, I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Gant. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Gant free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Gant out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat. The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators. I'm not gonna say any more. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dagon Gant's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one. Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hut's fall. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with? A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. There's quite a bounty on Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a Master there, I think I know who it is. I'm not certain, otherwise I'd tell you. But the man I'm thinking about is smart, likes to stay in the shadows, and is cryptic as hell. If he isn't a Jedi Master, he should become one. There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those disks because they have some contact information on them. People I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure, and that holodisk has the procedure. The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. If you take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisk. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
Oh, we finally did it. We got a short lightsaber, too. There it is. Short lightsabers are good for offhand if you're using them for that, which is nice. Probably give that to Visa so that she can have it, but I don't know. Maybe not. Anyways, we now have to go back to the cantina. I hate that cantina so much. But we're going to do that next time. So see you then. Take care.